Welcome, my dear students. Welcome to the session. Welcome, my dear students. Welcome to the session. Welcome to Entri, the most reputed online platform, my dear students. So before going into the session, okay, students. So we are entering into the today's session, the very beautiful session. Okay. Now here very important things before entering into the session. Let me depict you about myself, my dear friends. The very important. Okay, myself is Dr. B.N RAO. Okay, having nearly 17 years of the pure teaching experience I had, my dear students. Okay, and these stipulated 17 years of the teaching experience in teaching the various subjects for various competitive level examinations, my dear friends. Okay, the first and the foremost important point you need to remember over here. Okay, similarly, okay, the very important parameter, just I would like to bring it to your notice itself, is that see, out of these 17 years I taught n number of batches across all the locations of the country for various competitive level examinations like GATE and that is engineering services and other public sector examinations. Okay, public sector units, my dear students. Okay, very important over here. Not only I am going to teach you at the higher examination level, but also I am going to teach you the various competitive state level and central level competitive level examinations for various subjects in the departments of electronics and communication, electrical and electronics, and electronics and instrumentation, my dear students. Okay, very important points. Just I would like to bring it to your notice, and moreover, I am the keynote speaker and I am motivating the n number of students across all the locations of the country, that is country, and here conducted so many webinars and seminars across all the locations of the country, how to crack the various types of government jobs, okay, at part the central government level and the state government level examinations, my dear students. Okay, this is the second point. Okay, and third point, I mentored the various students across all the locations of the pan India, my dear students. Okay, the very important point, just I would like to bring it to your notice before entering into the session. Okay, and I told you myself is Dr. B.N RAO. I done my B.Tech in electronics and instrumentation, M.Tech in VLSI, and PhD also in electronics engineering. That's the reason I am teaching the various subjects at the various competitive level examinations in the Department of Electrical, in the Department of Electronics and Communication, and Instrumentation, my dear students. Okay, once again, please share this particular session. Please like this session, my dear friends, and spread it to all the locations of the country to whoever you know, my dear friends. Okay, and moreover, the important thing, just I would like to bring it to your notice, over here itself is that first of all, welcome to the Entri, okay, the most reputed online platform, the most reputed online platform, my dear friends. Okay, as I told you, Entri itself is the one of the best, okay, online platform, not only in terms of okay, see, that is attend, that is you can listen the various sessions. Okay, you can go for the recording of the various sessions and you can attend the some of the live sessions, everything, my dear friends. Okay, when comes into the, that is Entri, what kind of courses we are offering for all the competitive examinations, that is pretty important, my dear friends. Okay, electrical technical examinations at par at the state level and central level, and GATE, all the branches of ECE, Triple E, civil and mechanical, and some of the state level examinations, PET and Polix exam special, group 1 services, quant easy, staff selection committee, that is railway recruitment board, banking and insurance, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh public service commission, and spoken English, and TETCOM DSC, and Tamil Nadu group 2 examinations, and Kerala high court examinations, and many more, my dear students. Okay, many more examinations, okay, you are going to get here itself, okay, the career guidance program for the various competitive examinations, my dear friends. Okay, have a glance over here. Okay, once again, welcome to the session. This is a one of the beautiful session for the, especially for the electrical technical examinations. I am teaching the various subjects in that the very important subject, and that particular subject I am going to depict you is very important. And in the electrical, my subject itself is that electrical and electronic measurements, and these particular subject, I am going to give the best in terms of the classes, the video classes, my dear students. Very important. Okay, for the transco examination, genco, even for ESET, gate, and various public score units for electrical, these measurement subjects is pretty important, my dear students. Okay, these particular examination is pretty important, my dear students. Okay, very important point, just I would like to bring it to your notice over here in this session. Now, my dear students, in this particular stipulated session, what I am going to depict you is very important, and I am going to explain what kind of syllabus is there, how, okay, in which way I am going to teach you this particular complete subject of electrical and electronic measurements, and what are the various types of topics are there, how I am going to cover those particular topics, is the today's session a complete webinar on the electrical and electronic measurements, how to study this particular subject, how to read, okay, how to go for the recordings of my video lectures, okay, and what kind of quality of education that you are going to get, my dear friends. Everything, my dear friends, you are going to get in the today's session, my dear friends. Okay, please drop the comments over there. Everything is clear. If it is clear up to here, please drop the comment over there, my dear friends. Okay, now before entering into the session, once again, welcome to the Entri, the most reputed platform, my dear friends. Okay, now comes into the electrical syllabus. Okay, for the various competitive, that is various competitive examinations of the electrical and electronic measurements, my dear students. Okay, in that the syllabus criteria is the introductory part of the measurements, and the important thing itself is error analysis. Okay, next one itself is basics. What are the basics of the electrical instruments, and what are the electromechanical indicating instruments? Okay, and the how you are going to measure the voltage, current, power, energy, power, and power factor, my dear students. And the very important thing itself is that the next one is bridges and potentiometers, Very very important. All these are the topics. Okay, next one is the instrument transformers. Instrument transformers. Up to here we are going to study, my dear students, the electrical measurements, because the subject of the measurements is a little bit okay of more concept oriented. At the same time, more patience is required because so many number of theoretical objective questions, so many number of numericals that are coming to, okay, comes into your examination, that is comes into your particular examination, my dear students. Okay, very very important parameters. Just I would like to bring it to your notice over here. Okay, so that's the reason these are all the syllabus criteria of the electrical and electronic measurements. Up to here electrical measurements is there. Next part itself is that and this stipulated one itself is that electronic measurements. This particular one is electronic measurements. And all these particular stipulated concepts, my dear friends, you are going to study a detailed learning of all these concepts and the previous year questions, solving both in numericals and theory questions. And the theory questions, my dear students. Okay, everything that is going to be in a very good manner, my dear students. Okay, this is the first point you need to remember over here. Okay, in this particular stipulated session, my dear students. Okay, similarly, okay, I told you that this complete session is about the syllabus criteria and what are the topics you are going to study and how you need to study, okay, in a detailed manner, and a method and a planning and execution strategy. Okay, then after the complete video lectures of my measurements, there is 100% chance of scoring all the questions in all the competitive examinations at the core electrical subjects, because in electrical so many subjects are there, like power systems, machines, control systems, like that. Electrical and electronic measurements also a very important subject, and this particular subject is not only important for the students of electrical but also very very important, my dear friends, okay, for the students of instrumentation also, because the measurement itself is nothing but the measuring of various quantities. We are measuring the various quantities, and when we are going to measure the various quantities, you are going to use the various types of instruments. Okay, and these particular electrical and electronic measurements is nothing but how to use those particular instruments and what kind of principles are there, okay, in those particular instruments, and what kind of equations you are going to get. All the things that I am going to teach you in the recordings, okay, of the every class. You have to go in a detailed manner. Don't skip any of the classes, my dear students. Okay, now let us enter into the first part of the electrical. First I am going to complete the electrical measurements, then followed by what, my dear friends, electronic measurements. Okay, welcome to the session, Sanjeev. Okay, and similarly I told you the first part, there are different parts, because error analysis means only error analysis is not there. Outline internally so many topics are there. Next, basics of electrical instruments, so many topics are there internally. Similarly, electromechanical indicating instruments, okay, so many topics are there. Okay, similarly the measurement of voltage, current, power factor, we are going to use various types of instruments, my dear students, over here. Okay, so many means these are all the subtopics internally. Every subtopic you are having the various types of the, okay, what I'm going to depict you, the various types of the other, okay, the internal topics are there. Once again, welcome to the session, Sunita, Anji, okay, Raju, everyone, my dear friends. Okay, in this particular session I am giving the idea what kind of topics we are going to study once again. Okay, welcome Raju, welcome Jagadish. Okay, welcome to the session. Okay, please drop the comment over there, my dear friends. To everyone, good evening. Okay, my dear friends, I told you that error analysis, units and standards. This is the first important session. First important session, I have started the every recording of my class like this only. Whatever the topics I am going to depict you today, okay, is the outline of the topics, my dear friends. That is very important over here. Okay, in that what are the units and what are the dimensions, how we are going to relate the units and dimensions. Okay, similarly, what kind of errors are going to be encountered. Okay, and what is the definition of error? How many types of errors are there? Static error and dynamic error. Okay, the definitions of the static error and dynamic error, my dear students. Similarly, what is the definition of the correction factor? Okay, how the correction factor is related to the error, my dear friends. Very important points. Okay, so what is the relationship between the correction factor and here correction factor CF and here error, like this we are going to relate, my dear friends. Okay, very important. And next one is what is the relative static error and what is the limiting error. LE means limiting error, and what is percentage of guaranteed accuracy error. All these particular concepts you are going to learn in a detailed manner, my dear students. The very important point you must know over here. Similarly, all these are all the topics that you are going to study both in the conceptual and about the various types of formulas you are going to get, and you are going to use those particular formulas in solving the objective questions and the theory questions. Okay, objective questions and the theory questions, then followed by the detailed problem on these particular concepts. Detailed problem on these particular concepts, my dear friends, is a session. Okay, means I am going to teach you all these particular concepts in a theory, plus followed by there only the formulas, there only the you are getting the various types of the equations, then followed by the that is the problems on these particular concepts and objective questions also in a detailed manner, my dear friends. Very important point. Just I would like to bring it to your notice before entering, that is before entering into the other sessions, because today's complete session is coordination of the electrical and electronic measurements. Okay, what kind of topics are there, how I am going to start, okay, how the recordings are there, okay, how those particular recordings, everything will be in a structured way. Everything will be in a structured way. Okay, we are not missing any particular topic, and every topic is pretty important. If you skip any particular one recording also, okay, you will get confused. Every secondary topic is connected to the first topic. Like that, we are going for a structured manner. After the completion of complete measurements, you are able to score 100% all the questions that are related to the measurements. That is my assurance from my end. Okay, this is about the first unit. Okay, similarly, next, my dear friends, conceptual question. Just I am going to depict you how the conceptual questions also there, my dear friends. Okay, what is the most important data for measurement subject? Here four options are there. Here four options are there, my dear friends. What is the most important data for measurement subject, my dear friends? Okay, please, my dear friends, subscribe this entry app in Telugu, like this session and spread this session, okay, to every corner of our Telugu students, my dear friends. Okay, very important over here. Similarly, what is the important data for the measurement subject? I have given the four options: measured value, true value, improper value, none. Okay, if I am going for the like this, after the, okay, so after the completion of this particular session itself is means every topic you are going to get the confidence in solving all the objective in the problematic also. So the most important data for the measurement is the true value. Okay, we are always comparing with the true value with the measured value, my dear friends. Okay, like that, conceptual. Next, what are the basics of the instrument? What are the basics of the instrument, my dear friends? This is also very important. Okay, so what is accuracy, what is precision, what is linearity, what is sensitivity, what is dead time, dead zone, and resolution. Okay, and what are these particular characteristics are there, and practically also we are going to study about these particular characteristics and the formulas over here, and the problems, the previous year questions related to the your these public sector examinations, and also related to the some higher examinations also we are going to study about these particular basics of instruments. Suppose we are going to start with the accuracy. After completion of accuracy concept, precision, how accuracy is related to precision, these things also I am going to depict you in a detailed manner, my dear students. Similarly, the types of errors. Okay, the types of errors, what kind of errors that can be encountered while using the instruments, because instruments is nothing but what, my dear friends? Instruments is nothing but we are going to use for measuring of various quantities. Okay, and these instruments is made up of electrical and electronic components. Okay, so if you are going to use these particular instrument, what kind of errors that will be encountered, what is gross error, what is systematic error, and what is random error, all these stipulated errors, my dear students. Similarly, systematic, internal, again the systematic, see here, systematic error is again classified into how many types? Okay, it will be instrumental errors, environmental errors, very good, and observational errors. Okay, like this. Okay, Lakshman, very good. Okay, systematic errors. Okay, not system, systematic. Okay, okay, instrumental, that is in because any instrument is like a system, it acts like a, it performs whatever the duties it will do. Okay, like that. Okay, systematic errors. Similarly, like that we are going to study about the different types of errors, and every, see here already told you this is a gross error. Systematic errors are again classified into three types, already I told you. And random error. Okay, what are random errors? How you are going to get these particular random errors, my dear friends? That is also you are going to study over here, and how the random error analysis is going to be done, my dear friends, that is also very important. Okay, welcome Ganesh for this particular session. Okay, all these stipulated points you need to remember, my dear friends, when it comes into the session. Okay, similarly, now electrical instruments. Okay, how the electrical instruments are there. Okay, this is a simple, this session is only the outline session. Okay, how, what kind of concepts I am going to explain to you. Okay, and what kind of concepts I am going to explain in a detailed manner. I am going to give a planning and execution. Okay, planning and execution, my dear students. Okay, and this particular instrument, that is what, my dear students, this is a instrument. Okay, any instruments, electrical instruments, how they have been classified, that is very important. That is very important, my dear students. Okay, very important, my dear students. Okay, and these instruments, I told you, it is again classified into mechanical instrument, and this is electrical instruments, and third one is electronic instruments. Okay, again the electrical instruments are classified into absolute. Okay, and this is secondary instruments. Okay, absolute, indirect, and secondary. Okay, direct instruments, secondary direct instruments. Okay, again these secondary direct instruments has been classified into analog instruments and digital instruments, analog and digital. Okay, again the analog instruments has been classified into deflecting instruments and null deflection instruments. Okay, null deflection instruments. Okay, again these particular deflecting instruments has been divided into indicating, integrating, and recording instruments. Recording instruments, my dear friends. Okay, let us classify these particular electrical instrumentation chart in a detailed manner. Okay, but at par at your syllabus criteria for your technical examinations for electrical, only we are going to study about some types of instruments, and all the what kind of instruments and which category that instrument will comes into picture. Those things I am going to explain, my dear students, over there in a detailed manner. Over there in a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, very important point you need to remember over here. Similarly, my dear students, what kind of forces that you are going to get in electrical instruments? Generally, electrical instruments, at per your syllabus is concerned, you have the electrical instruments like PMMC, permanent magnet moving coil. Second one itself is very important, and that particular one is what, my dear friends? That one is moving iron instrument, and third one is EMMC, electromagnetic moving coil instruments. Okay, so if I am going to take it any particular instrument, if I am going to take it, my dear students, any particular instrument, this is an instrument. Suppose I am going to tell you, this is a instrument, my dear friends. In this particular instrument, okay, so here what happens, I am going to depict you, my dear friends. If I am taking like this is the pointer of the instrument. Here I am going to give a deflection over here from this particular one. Then what happens, I am going to connect the outward of the instrument. Okay, so here I am going to plug in this particular instrument, or I am going to measure whatever the quantity. I am going to measure the quantities that is connected here. Then here what happens, the in all electrical instruments, the responsible quantity is what? The responsible quantity is current. Okay, and that current inside, that particular current is converted into force. That current is converted into force, my dear students. Okay, force or torque. Force or torque, my dear students. Okay, and that particular one is the deflection force, and that particular one is the control force, and this particular one is the damping force. Okay, damping force, my dear students. Okay, very important point. All these particular forces, okay, that held responsible to keep the measurement, or to give the measurement. Okay, to give the measurement and to stay the pointer at one particular position. Okay, suppose the reading of this particular resistor it is there. So this particular resistance we need to measure. So the pointer at end, it stays at one point. Okay, so all these things, forces are responsible, my dear students, okay, in bringing the pointer to one particular position, and that particular is nothing but the reading of this particular resistor. And those particular things also, these particular concepts I am going to explain in a detailed manner, how this deflection, control force and the damping force are operating, my dear students. Similarly, my dear friends, so here I told you that the mechanism for how you are producing the deflecting torque, how you are going to get the deflecting torque, using the magnetic effect, my dear friends. Okay, so what kind of force we are going to give it between the permanent magnet and current carrying coil, I already told you, and that particular force itself is the here deflecting force or deflecting torque. Okay, so what kind of, see here, what kind of instrument, if the instrument is with permanent magnet and current carrying coil, and what kind of instrument it is, this instrument, if the permanent magnet and current coil is there, means this instrument is called PMMC, permanent magnet moving coil. So we are going to study every instrument, my dear students, and the equations in those particular instruments, and very important itself is that, my dear students, the parameters that are concerned, means what kind of errors are encountered, all those things. Okay, similarly, next one is, that is mechanism, my dear students, for producing the deflecting torque, force between the two current carrying coils. Here no magnet, only two current carrying coils are there, and this particular one is very important, and this particular one is called what, my dear friends, and this particular one is what, moving. Okay, this is what, iron instrument. So I am going to call it, sorry, this is EMMC, electromagnetic moving coil, my dear students. Okay, in between. Similarly, force for producing the deflecting torque, if I am going to use a one current carrying coil and a soft iron disc, what kind of instrument it is there, it is called moving iron instrument. Okay, we are going to study every instrument, my dear friends. We are going to study, very important itself is that, okay, every instrument we are going to study about its equations. Okay, and what kind of, okay, that is parameters, what kind of internal architecture is there, and what kind of errors are there, and which one is the best instrument among these things, and what kind of problems we are going to get over here. We are going to study in a detailed manner based upon these particular instruments, my dear students. Okay, next one is mechanism for producing the controlling torque. So what kind of mechanism we are going to use for producing the controlling torque, and what is the spring control? Similarly, what is that is controlling torque mechanism is we are going to use two controls. One is the spring control and gravity control. We are going to discuss these particular concepts also in a detailed manner, my dear friends, with respect to the various equations. With respect to the various equations, my dear friends. Similarly, mechanism for producing the damping torque. What is the mechanism we are going to use for producing the damping torque? Okay, and what are the various types of? Okay, so generally damping torque is used to minimize what the oscillations. Okay, generally based upon the speed control of the pointer, means the pointer itself in the internal in the instrument, which one is there, the pointer is there. Okay, already so many people aware, my dear students, about this particular pointer. Three types of dampings are there. What are the three types of dampings? Basic questions. One is under damped. Okay, under damped. Second one is critically damped. Third one itself is over damped, my dear students. Okay, over damped. Okay, so all these things they depends upon the damping ratio zeta, depends upon the dancing ratio zeta, and this damping ratio, if zeta is less than 1, the condition itself is under damped. If zeta equal to 1, condition for critically damped, and the condition for over damped is zeta is greater than 1. Like that, my dear students, we are learning the various concepts in a detailed manner. Various concepts, my dear students, in a detailed manner. Okay, starting from the basics, followed by the level 1, level 2 questions. My dear students, we are learning all these particular concepts. Similarly, so based upon the usage of instruments, here again there are different types of dampings are there based upon the usage of instruments, because we are going to use the various types of instruments I told you, which is nothing but PMMC. Next one itself is moving iron. Third one itself is EMMC, electromagnetic moving coil. What kind of damping we are going to use inside of these particular instrument? Air friction damping, fluid friction damping, eddy current damping. What is this damping? Okay, so what kind of impact is there by using these particular damping in which instrument, which damping is used? All these particular points also, my dear friends, we are going I'm going to cover, okay, in the detail in the, okay, recording sessions, my dear friends. Please watch every recording, nearly so many questions that has been asked in under your previous papers based upon this particular dampings. Okay, which one is the most commonly used damping? Okay, and which one is the most effective damping, like that? So many questions that you are going to get, my dear friends, in your, that is, core electrical examinations as far as the measurements are concerned, my dear students. Okay, very important parameters. Just I would like to bring it to your notice. This is only a complete outline webinar session. Okay, once you are going my lectures one by one, then you can enjoy the taste of the subject. Okay, you can enjoy the flavor of the subject, my dear friends, starting from the basics to the till and, my dear friends. Okay, once again I'm reminding, please share this session and like this session, my dear friends. Okay, similarly, what is PMMC principle? Okay, generally how the PMMC is there, just I am going to show you over here how the diagram is there. I told you that it consists of what, my dear friends? It consists of a permanent magnet on the either sides, and a current carrying coil. And a current carrying coil, my dear friends. So here, how that this center part is called nothing but a spindle. The center part is called what, my dear students? This one is called a spindle. All these concepts I am going to explain, my dear friends, in the recordings of the class in a detailed manner, so that these sessions are helpful in gaining the theoretical and practical knowledge, and it is also shows a big impact for the engineering students especially for the core electrical, those who are in engineering. Okay, though these particular sessions are very important, and these particular recordings are pretty important, my dear students. Okay, so all these particular things I am going to explain these particular concepts also in a detailed manner. Okay, so what kind of principle it is there, how the complete operation takes place, every point I am going to cover in a detailed manner in the recordings, my dear students. Okay, and I told you that PMMC principle, just I am going to depict you with respect to the diagram. ఒక diagram చూపించి చెప్తున్నాను for your understanding, for your understanding. Similarly, what kind of errors that will be occurred in PMMC? What is frictional error, my dear students? Okay, so what kind of errors that will be occurred? Welcome, Raju. See, what is temperature error? What is frictional error? Okay, what kind of formulas are there? What is frequency error? And what is hysteresis error? And what is stray magnetic field error? All these stipulated points also I am going to complete in this one. Okay, and final conclusion for each and every instrument. Why I am preferring PMMC? There are three instruments are there: PMMC, moving iron instrument, and third one itself is called what, my dear students? Electromagnetic moving, EMC. Why am this particular instrument is good when compared to moving iron? Why moving iron is good when compared to EMMC? All these things I am going to explain, okay, in a detailed manner, and finally I am concluding each and every point, my dear students, in a very detailed manner. In a very detailed manner, my dear students. Please, okay, very important. Okay, similarly, all these errors I told you. Similarly, I am going for the next instrument is moving iron instrument. And what type of things I am going to explain in the moving iron instrument. What is extraction, that is attraction type of classification. Attraction type moving iron, what is repulsion type moving iron instrument, my dear students. Okay, and these points, and similarly, what are the errors in the moving iron instrument measurements? And what is frictional error? What is temperature error? What is frequency error? What is hysteresis error? And what is the stray magnetic field error? And all these particular points also I am going to cover, my dear students, here also. Again, the what kind of that is equations you are going to get, all these things also I am going to explain, my dear students, in a detailed manner here in moving iron. Similarly, see here, after finishing of every session, I told you that level 1 theory questions, level 1 problems, level 2 problems, detailed solving of the problems, and followed by the next concept, like that. Every recording in a structured way, every recording is available, my dear students. Okay, every recording is available in a very detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, similarly, next instrument, I told you third instrument is EMMC. What is the principle of operation of this particular instrument? What is the relationship, my dear students, okay, between input current and deflecting torque? Welcome Jyoti to the session. And what is the spring control equation? What are the errors again in EMMC? Okay, well, okay, welcome, my dear friends, and we are going to study every instrument in a detailed manner, okay, and followed by the conclusions and the various types of, okay, like that. We are going to study about the some other instruments in electronics, that is electrostatic voltmeter, like that. We are covering the each and every concept in a detailed manner, followed by the conceptual theoretical questions, and followed by the problems which has been asked under various types of previous year that is exams, my dear students. Okay, very important, just I would like to bring it to your notice. Okay, so far whatever the concept have been covered, my dear students, that is pretty important over here. Okay, pretty important, my dear students. Okay, similarly, here one more important thing itself is that see here, I told you, my dear students, see here, there are three types of, one is PMMC, second one is moving iron instrument, third one itself is EMMC. Okay, so what is the formula for the deflecting torque? that is we are going to study here, my dear friends, every expression we are going to study, my dear friends, half I square into dl by d theta. Okay, moving air in instrument, like that every instrument we are going to study what is the formula for the deflecting torque. Okay, like that we are going to study, my dear students, here also what is the formula for the here, my dear students, the very important is that half into. Okay, so every time my dear students, I am going to explain the various types of the equations in every, okay, in every instrument. Just I am going to depict you, my dear students, over here in a detailed manner. Okay, similarly, my dear students, the very important itself is again the potentiometer. Okay, next one is the potentiometer. What is the basic construction of this particular potentiometer? Every point. Okay, basic construction of this particular potentiometer, my dear friends, very important. And see what are the various types of potentiometers are there, what is CROMPTON potentiometer, how it is working, how working takes place, for what purpose we are going to use these particular potentiometers, all these that is concepts followed by their basic equations, and every point I am explaining, my dear friends, in a detailed manner. Once again, my dear friends, this is a total complete webinar. Okay, but in the recording of my classes you are going to get the complete data regarding the each and every concept in a detailed manner, followed by the formulas, advantages, disadvantages, and the level 1 questions, level 2 questions, like that. My dear students, I am going to cover the each and every point in a detailed manner. Okay, with that we are complete about here. Okay, what is use? I didn't get your question. What is use? Raju Perraju. What is? I didn't get your question. Please type rightly, correctly. Next, my dear students, what kind of bridges are there? What kind of bridges are there, my dear friends? That is also very important point. See here, okay, in all these particular bridges, generally we are going to use the bridges for the measurement of various quantities. We are going to measurement of various quantities, my dear friends. Okay, what is the measurement of low resistance? Okay, measurement of low resistance, what is the bridge it is there, what is the bridge balanced condition, my dear friends? Okay, ammeter. Okay, ammeter is used for the measurement of what, my dear friends? Current. Okay, we are going to use the voltmeter for the measurement of voltage. Okay, Raju Peraju, that is what is the use of A? Oh, A stands for ammeter in your, okay, not an issue. So we are going to study every point, so that this particular subject, sometimes what happens means some subjects will be common for other branches also, like mechanical. Suppose if you are going to take the Pune metro examination, like that. Okay, like that, my dear friends, so many examinations where we are going to use over here. Next, measurement. Okay, yes, measurement of that is medium resistance. Okay, and in the measurement of medium resistance, what kind of methods I am going to use? Volt ampere method, ampere voltmeter method, substitution method, V-Stone bridge method. All these particular, that is these particular bridges and the bridge balanced conditions we are going to study in a detailed manner. Next, measurement of high resistance. What kind of instruments are there? What is the loss of charge method, direct deflection method, mega ohm bridge resistance method, and Megger method? And Megger method, my dear friends, all these are the various types, okay, of the instruments. For what purpose we are going to use these particular stipulated instruments, my dear friends, and these particular things also I am going to explain, my dear friends, in a detailed manner in all the coming sessions. Similarly, that is bridge measurement of capacitance. Bridge measurement for capacitance. What kind of bridges we are going to use? D-Short's bridge, modified D-Short's bridge, and Skering's bridge. All these stipulated bridges also, my dear friends, okay, that we are, that is very important, my dear friends, and for what purpose we are going to use these particular bridges, and here one more important thing, which one is the best bridge and which one is the worst bridge, and what are the bridge balanced conditions, all those things we are going to discuss in the detailed readings, in the, that is in the detailed recordings of the classes, my dear students. Okay, and some classes will be in live and some classes completely will be in recordings, my dear students. Okay, complete recordings are there at the same time. Some will be, that is doubt clearing sessions, that is live, my dear students. Okay, similarly, bridge measurement for self inductance. Okay, bridge measurement for self inductance, my dear students. What is Maxwell's inductance bridge, Maxwell's inductance capacitance bridge, what is Hayes bridge, Owen's bridge, and Anderson's bridge? Here also, after the completion of the concepts, I am going to explain, my dear students, which one is the best bridge and which one is the worst bridge, and all those particular stipulated points I am going to explain, my dear students, in a detailed manner. In a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, so all these concepts till now from the beginning. Okay, we are in the electrical measurements only. We have not yet moved to the electronic measurements, my dear students. Okay, similarly, bridge measurement for self-inductance is over. Next, for the mutual inductance, what is heavy side mutual inductance bridge? What is Campbell's modification of the heavy side bridge and heavy side Campbell equal ratio bridge and Carey Foster bridge and Head-Wheeler bridge? All these things we are going to study about these particular bridges also in the bridge circuits and their respective balanced, okay, and their respective, what I am going to depict to itself is the balanced conditions, my dear friends, and you are going to study about those particular things also in a detailed manner in the every session of your recording, my dear students. Okay, similarly, my dear students, we are entering into the electronic measurements. In electronic measurements, I told you I am going to explain about the various types of the here. What is CRO? What is CRO? That is cathode ray oscilloscope. What is the heart of CRO? For what purpose we are going to use CRO? And what are the applications of CRO? And what is the block diagram of CRO? What are the various types of CRO probes are there? And we are going to study the concerned, that is the mathematical equations and the formulas that are related to the CRO and the previous year questions, my dear friends. Okay, based upon this particular CRO also you are going to learn in a very beautiful manner, my dear students. In CROs, I am going to explain the equations for the, that is electrostatic deflection sensitivity. What is electrostatic deflection and what is electrostatic deflection sensitivity and what is magnetostatic deflection, what is the expression for the deflection sensitivity? All these particular points, no doubt I am going to cover in the recordings, my dear friends, in a very detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, similarly, I am going for the electronic measurements in the digital voltmeters. Digital voltmeters are various types. Okay, that is three end of digital meter, DVM, digital voltmeter. We are going to call it as simply, we are going to call it as DVM, digital voltmeter. This is what, my dear students. There are various types of digital voltmeters. We are going to study in a detailed manner. Similarly, what is analog electronic voltmeter? For what purpose we are going to use all these particular electronic measurements? At the same time, in CROs, I am going to cover the Lissajous patterns also. For what purpose we are going to use the Lissajous patterns, and all those particular points also I am going to discuss in a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay. Finally, what is Q meter? For what purpose we are going to use the Q meter, my dear friends? All these important points I am going to cover, my dear friends, in a detailed manner at the electronic measurements are concerned. Electronic measurements are concerned. Okay. Completely this particular, okay, subject, this is the outline overview, my dear friends, how I am going to teach you the subject, okay, in a detailed manner, my dear students. Similarly, I told you very important points regarding the electronic measurements itself is that there is certain sort of time that is going to be taken over here if we should be very patient in the electronic measurements, because so many theoretical questions will be covered while operating the various types of instruments, and followed by the various equations also, my dear friends. Very important points you need to remember, my dear friends, over here. So here ultimately what I am going to depict you, my dear friends, the electronic and electrical measurements, which plays a vital role, for scoring, for various competitive examinations, whether it is a state level or whether it is a central level examination, my dear students. Every concept I am going to cover in a detailed manner in the recordings, my dear students, in the recordings, my dear students, in a detailed manner. Structured way recordings are going to be taking place for covering of each and every concept. There will be a theoretical objective level questions, and there will be some sort of difficult questions like level 2 questions, my dear friends, and followed by the that is problems, the basic numericals and the numericals, little bit of strong, my dear friends. I told you, I can give you assurance that 100% after the completion of the subject, you are in a position to crack the every point at par at the measurements are concerned. I dealt nearly 200 plus batches across the locations of the India based upon these particular measurements, and so many questions. Nearly 99 percentage all the questions will come from my particular stipulated notes only, my dear students. Very important point you need to remember, my dear students, once again. Finally, along with that, I'm going to provide the keynotes. I'm going to provide the keynotes, my dear friends. Very important, regarding the completion of the complete subject, over here, and this is a complete keynotes, which I am going to explain, my dear friends, with respect to the problems and each and everything in a detailed manner, my dear friends. Hope that you have enjoyed the session, in a beautiful manner. There is a point for the queries. If you are literally interested, if you ask any sort of questions, I am ready, in giving the answers to your particular stipulated prior questions, my dear students. Students, once again, go for the entry app and subscribe it, my dear friends, and join the classes and listen the classes. Why? When pandemic comes into picture, especially like COVID, see, the very one thing is that online education is there from the longer periods of time. For the people like ours, the online saves your time. You can sit at your home and you can enjoy the recordings, instead of going for the offline classes, because it saves your time, it saves your money. You can sit at your home, you can record, you can listen the classes. If not anything, you are not at all understand properly, you can pause it, you can go for the rewind, you can go for the front. Every parameter is there, my dear friends. So then in that, we are going to learn the subject, my dear students. How the online plays a vital role in this particular generation. Once again, I have depicted in this particular. Hope that you have enjoyed the session, my dear students, in a beautiful manner. And and see, go for the recordings, not only the recordings of the measurements, you can go for the every recording of the every faculty that are concerned with respect to the technical education, my dear students. Hope that you have enjoyed the session, my dear students, and once again, thank you very much for attending this particular session. Thank you, my dear students.